In the last lesson, we began to explore the key uses of the subjunctive mood. We looked at the first 4 of 8. In this lesson, we'll look at the next 3, and we'll save the 8th one for a separate lesson. Next is a very common use of the subjunctive, where the subjunctive is indicating purpose or used in a purpose clause. And here we find it used with the conjunction hina, in order that, or in order to, plus the subjunctive, sometimes hopos instead of hina, but normally hina. This indicates the expression of purpose. So-and-so performs an action in order that this may occur. The indication of purpose, very common use. A less common use and slightly more confusing use of the subjunctive is its use in a noun clause. Here we also find hina plus the subjunctive, but instead of indicating purpose, the hina plus subjunctive indicates its own noun idea, a substantivalized idea or a noun entity, and it can function as the subject of a sentence or as the object of a sentence. An example in the words of Jesus is when he says, "My food is to do the will of him who sent me." To do is the hina plus the subjunctive, and it is following the verb to be. So my food is this thing. It could have been my food is an apple. It could be any noun idea in that slot, but the hina plus subjunctive occupies the slot. Third, we have the indefinite personal clause. This is created through the use of the relative pronoun hos or hostis plus an, which is an untranslatable particle that expresses indefiniteness, plus the subjunctive. So hos, an, subjunctive will be translated as whoever or whatever. Next we have the indefinite temporal clause, which refers to a time frame or a time period that is indefinite, translated as whenever or until. When we have hotan plus the subjunctive, it will be translated as whenever. When we have akri or possibly heos plus an plus the subjunctive, we will translate that as until. So hotan subjunctive, whenever, akri subjunctive or heos subjunctive with or without an will be translated as until, indicating some sort of indefinite temporal clause. In the next lesson, we will explore the subjunctive's use in conditional sentences.